All right, so
Yeah.
so let's just talk just a tad about what the ukulele is. It's got 4 strings, obviously, you know that. Super, super fun instrument, and everyone here has one, correct? Everyone has a ukulele? Okay, now this is the body of the ukulele. This is the neck of the ukulele, and this is the head. And on the head is where we have our tuning pegs. All right. So does everyone here have a tuner for the ukulele also? We talked about this last time. Who does not have a tuner for their ukulele? Raise your hand if you don't have a tuner. So there are many different kinds of tuners you can get. You can use an app on the phone. If you just Google ukulele tuner, there are a million apps on the phone. The best kind of tuner to get, though, is this kind that is a clip-on tuner. And the reason that this is the best kind is because it's always with you. It's this one in particular I really love. We use this in my program all over the world because it's so small that it can clip onto your ukulele and you never have to take it off, even when it's in the case. And we have a link to this in our Facebook group. Speaking of which, I would like it if everybody could be part of this Facebook group, because then I can easily send you all messages. So it's a part of the Shropshire Music Foundation Facebook group, and it's called the Beginning Ukulele Class group. So go look for that. If you don't find it, send me a message. You need to have liked the Shropshire Music Foundation and have posted on the page. So actually do this. If you can't find the group on the SMF Foundation Facebook page, just write a little comment. Say I want to be in the ukulele group, just as a new post, not as part of an old post or anything. Okay, and then I'll make sure that you're part of that group, and that way that's where we'll always post the links to the class and recordings of the classes in case you miss something or you want to see something again. All right, so anyway, so this Melanie has one because they're cheaper to buy in a set of 2, so she has one for sale on there. These are, I think, is it $15 for 2, Mel? Is that right? Or is it $20 for 2?
It was about $20 for 2, and it's like $15 for 1. So if anyone decides to like one, I can mail it off. It should be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it's super, and I really love this tuner. So let me show you how it works. So first of all, though, before we do that, let me, I always leave my classroom just like it was, and someone comes in and messes it up. Just kidding, I'm the only person that uses this room right now, so it's just me. All right, so I want you to draw this. So it looks like this. Can everybody see what I'm doing? So you draw like that, like a hockey goal or a soccer goal. And then you draw 2 lines down this way. And then you draw 3 lines this way. And as we get more advanced, we'll draw even more lines down that way. Now, this represents the headstock, the neck, the top of the neck of your ukulele. So just like you have 4 strings, you have 4 here. Okay? So did everybody draw that? I want to make sure that you have a notebook for this class. All right? So draw that. Okay? Now, this first one that you're going to play here is C. Anybody who was here last week, do you remember what the next one was? Wait, did I write C? I'm sorry. That's totally wrong. It's G. Anybody who was here last week remember what the next one is?
Is it D?
C.
C. And the next one?
E.
And the next one?
A.
A.
A, exactly right. Okay. So everybody write that down.
Liz, what's the an acronym? Is it Grandpa Can't Eat Apples, or what do you say?
Oh, that's a good one. I was actually thinking about it the other day to think of a good one, and I couldn't think of a good one.
That's
Yeah, I
not
like
a
that.
good one, but
Grandpa
it's
can't
something.
eat apples. Well, it's as good as every good boy does find. So,
Or grumpy children eat apples.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Grandpa can't eat alligators. I don't know. The weirder you make it, it's supposed to be easier to remember. So G, C, E, and A. Now what this means is that your ukulele, this is G, this one here. Let's see if I can get it better without me. So this one is G, this first string. Then this next one is C, E, and A. And if you hold your ukulele this way, then the first string is G, then C, then E, and then A. All right? Does it make sense? Now, some ukulele classes will talk about the strings and they'll call this one down here number 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't do that. I like this one is the first one. So we're not going to really talk about numbers, but just so you know, when I talk about the top string, it's this top string, your top string. All right? Okay, so when we tune our ukulele, we want to tune it to those notes. So what you do if you have this kind of tuner is you play your string and it'll show up like that. You see how it says G? Now it has 2 blue things on both sides. That means it's in tune. Now when I play my next string, that one's a little bit off, so because I want that blue to be on both sides. So I'm going to tune it just a little bit, bring it up a little bit. And then my next string, same thing, going to bring it up just a little bit. When I say bring it up, I mean I'm going to tighten my string a little bit so that it goes up a little bit higher. And then my last one. Now, the reason that these tuners are preferable to using your phone or a tuner that you might have laying around from another instrument is that they work on vibration. So they're very accurate, but also if someone else is in the room talking, or like in my case, if you have, 50 kids in the room talking, you can still tune because it only tunes based on vibrations, not on sounds in the room. When you have a phone tuner and you play your notes, if anyone says anything in the room, it's going to go off that sound. So this is just easier, and they're not very expensive. $15 for one, $20 for two. Allison?
Okay, sorry, I'm slow on the trigger. All right, so I have a guitar tuner. Is it better to have a ukulele tuner for a ukulele, or is it okay to use a guitar tuner?
It's okay to use a guitar tuner as long as it can also work for a ukulele. So there should be a mode that you can put it on that says ukulele, or if it just clips on but it tells you the names of the notes, then that's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. That's great. And I like the way that you want to make sure that you can see it while you're playing. And also another advantage of this is that sometimes you'll be playing and your ukulele will go a little bit out of tune, especially if it's new, it'll go out of tune a lot. And so when it goes out of tune, you want to be able to tune it quickly to get it going again. All right. The other things that can change the tuning of your ukulele is if it goes hot or cold, or you're in a place with more or less humidity. All kinds of things can change the tuning on your uke. Allison, did you get your ukulele this week?
Okay, so I didn't get the one that I ordered yet, but I went locally and got one that was, less expensive, but
Oh, good. So
I'll make Jasmine play it.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Gosh, I'm so sorry that's taken so long to get that ukulele. Melanie ordered one, and we don't know if it's ever going to come. So I guess,
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I guess there's sort of a ukulele renaissance going on in America, or just coronavirus. And so everybody's wanting to play. All right. Matter of fact, some ukuleles that I'm recommending to people, they go there like the next day and they're sold out. So it is really crazy what's going on with ukes right now. So now we know the names of our strings, and that's important because you want to know what note it tunes to too, right? Now the other thing that's nice to know about a ukulele is that each of these bars, do you see the bars in your ukulele here? These are fret bars, and in between the bars are your frets. And when you play a chord, you want to make sure that you don't ever touch these bars. When you touch the bars, you're going to get, can you hear that sound? Or do you hear that buzz? And that's from touching the fret bar. So you don't want to touch the fret bar when you're playing. Now, the other thing about these frets is that each one is a half step. So if I want to play a scale and I'm on my bottom string, then I'm going to go here. That's up one step. Right? Or okay, so it's not every fret is a whole note. It's just like a piano if you play piano. So there to there a whole step. There to there a whole step. Then comes a half step. So you want to just go up one, then a whole step, whole step, whole step, and then a half step, just like playing piano. And don't worry too much about remembering this. I just want to give you a feel for how the ukulele works, because I want you to feel free to try to pick out melodies on your ukulele, and that'll be a good way to kind of get a feeling for how it goes. All right, so now let's talk about how to hold the ukulele. This is maybe the most important thing. Seems like it would be really easy, but this can really impact your playing. So first, what I want you to do is grab your ukulele with your hand right here, right where the neck joins the body, okay? Everybody grab their ukulele right there. Let's see, Leanne, can you move your screen down a little bit so I can see better, or just move a little bit back? There we go. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to put your arms straight out. Now, straight, make sure that your arm is straight with the ukulele being straight. So when you see your arm and the neck, it's as if it's just a straight line. Everybody got that? Then I want you to bring it back in, and don't readjust it. Just bring it back in across your body. And we're all ladies here, so that's kind of a nice thing. You just put it over your boobs, okay? So when I teach ukulele in my program, I'm teaching it to teenagers who are going to use it for teaching singing to kids. And if you want to have the option to be able to play the ukulele in any circumstance, you need to be able to play it without sitting down, which means not resting your ukulele like this when you play. Now, if you learn like this, that's fine, that's your choice, but it means you always have to be sitting. Whereas if you learn like this, you can play standing or sitting. So that's how I'm gonna be teaching you, is this way, all right? You get a good sound and you're more free this way. Now, the other thing that's important to know is where we strum the ukulele. If you're playing guitar, you want to strum right here, right over the sound hole. But on ukulele, that's not where you want to play. You want to play up here, right up in here. Do you hear how much better that sounds? Listen to it down here. And then over here. Can you hear the difference? It's not like a huge difference just playing that one chord, but you will hear a difference as we do other things. So that's one of the things you want to watch for. Don't let yourself get in the habit of playing here over the hole, all right? And you want to play up here. That's where you're going to get your best sound, is anywhere between here, between about here and here is where you get your best sound. And that's for picking, for strumming, for everything that you're going to do. All right, so let's do a strum. So we're going to take our index finger and we're going to do this. We're going to turn it upside down and strum. Now notice that my finger is like this when I'm playing, not like this. You don't want to do it like that. Hear how you can hear the difference between the strings? You want it like this so that it goes down all your strings at once. Can everybody hear what we're talking about here? Down.
Your fingernail?
Your fingernail. Your fingernail goes down on the strings, kind of like this. But it's this way. So okay, now for the up string, for this you use the inside, the soft, your finger. So now you're going to bring it up. So it's going to go down and then up. And you hear the difference between my down and my up. They're different sounds because one's with the fingernail and one is not. All right, everybody got that? We're gonna go one at a time and you're just gonna play this for me, okay? Just do it like this. Slowly so I can really hear you. Okay, Bonnie, you go first. And I'm going to look at your position of holding your ukulele too. So if you're not totally sure, go ahead and do this a few times until you really get that exactly how you want it. Is your nail going this way?
It's, I think it's flat. I think I'm doing it right.
Yep, you are. Good.
Okay.
Yep, very good. Okay, Emmeline. And was that the C chord?
Pardon me?
Were you playing the C chord?
I was earlier. Wait, I can't see yours. Is that a C?
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. I wondered if that's what Bonnie was doing. Don't play me any chord. Just do this.
Oh, okay.
Good. Very good. Terry? Who's Penny on here? Now what I want you to do is I want you to go down and back up. Down.
Oh, you want to do both?
Yeah. Great. Now, you might not want to have your hand flat out. Some people play that way, and you can do it with some strums, but you also want to be able to do it like this. You see, I'm kind of going out and then back up, back out. Great. Great. Okay, Allison. Yeah, good, good, good. Carolyn. Carolyn, can you hear me? I think she's frozen. Okay, I'll come back to you. Oh, there are you. Carolyn, are you there? Okay, see if you can unmute.
Okay.
And I need you to move your camera so I can see your ukulele.
I tried and I can't.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, well, that's fine. Why don't you see if you can find another place where you can do it, where your thing can be down a little bit while we go through everybody else. Good. Karen,
Yeah.
Karen. Your uke looks great, Karen. Glad it came.
Okay. I think the strings sound really bad, but
That sounds like your son's guitar. Okay, so
Well-
let's do a quick tuning. Anyone else who needs to be tuned, go ahead and do it with Karen, all right? So Karen, we're gonna do your top string, okay? So your top string goes to this tuner, the very first tuner up here.
so that's E.
Yep. So it's G, but I want you see the tuner right here? Not that one. Oh, good. You do have a tuner. Okay.
I have that. It's the same one for guitar and ukulele.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay.
But let's just go through it first, just the two of us without even worrying about that. So get your finger on this first
What?
tuner right here. Put your finger on this tuning peg right here.
Oh, wait, I think I froze for a second. What did you say?
Do you see your tuning peg here? Yeah. Okay, so play that string for me. Okay, so it's really high, so I want you to loosen your string. So go ahead and just turn your tuning peg and keep playing so you can tell whether it's going down or up. Don't turn it
Feels
too
like
much.
it's-
Don't turn it too much. You just want to turn these a little bit, okay? So play it again. Okay, so now you want to tighten. Tighten your peg, which should mean turning it like this. Keep going. Keep going, keep turning. There you go. Yes, perfect, perfect. Okay, the next string. Okay, this one you're gonna loosen just a little bit. Just a little bit, loosen that one. Go down. Turn it, loosen it a little bit. Oh, is it the second tuner that you're on right now? You should be on this second
The
tuner.
second?
What's that?
Yeah. This
Okay,
one?
yeah, good. Now loosen it a little bit. Turn it a little bit more. Down. Again. Go down more. More. Turn it towards you a little more. More. About a quarter of a turn. Go down a little bit more. A little bit more. Good, that's it. Okay, the next one. And this is going to be this one up here. Now this one, you need to tighten a little bit. So go this way. A little bit more. Little more. Little more. Little more. Good, yeah. Do that again. Perfect, perfect. And then the last one. Go tighter, tighter. Little tighter. Little tighter. Little tighter. Okay, now you went a little too far, so go back down the other way. There. Play that again. Perfect. Great. Okay, great. So now do it again. Play all your strings for me like this. Do your last string just a little bit more.
Tighten?
What's that? Down. Go down just a little bit more. Play it again. There you go. A little bit more. Let me listen to it. Yes, that's it. You got it. Good. And we can talk after the class if you have a minute about using your tuner if you want.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, Shauna. Okay, I want everybody to go slowly, really slowly like this. Perfect, you got it, good. Karen, I don't think I heard you do the strum. Do the strum for me again. Remember, I want your thumb down. I mean, your finger going down. Now, the reason that you're getting that sound is because you're kind of going sideways. I want you to have it more like this. There you go. And some people hold their fingers as if they have a pick in their fingers, a guitar pick. You can totally do that if you want. I don't love the sound, but you can do that if it helps you to remember how to hold your fingers. Yeah. And don't worry, you just got your uke today. You'll work on that. Leanne. Great. Great. Sandra? Okay, now Sandra, you've got your ukulele way over here. I want it more over here, like in the center of your body, okay? Just so, because you want to have your left arm out just a little bit when you play. There you go. All right, now do it. That's perfect. Okay, now if you can hear more than one string, you want to do it just a little bit so that it sounds sort of like one thing. There you go. Yes, good. Good, good. Okay, Heather? Wait, I think you're muted. There you go.
Right, so we've got.
Okay, great. Let's get you tuned too. Okay, so play the first string for me. All right, and find this first tuning peg. Okay. All right, now play that note. Okay, you want to tighten it. Tighten it. Good, good, good. Okay, the next one. Good. Next one. Okay, tighten that one, and that one's this one way over here.
And that E does not want to stay tuned.
What's that?
That E does not want to stay tuned.
Okay, that's really normal. Is your ukulele pretty new?
It's not, but it's not had any action since.
Okay. All right. So it's really normal for ukes to go out of tune a lot when they're first being played, and especially this string. So don't worry about it. You just want to keep
string stretching. Is that every time you re-string it, it's gonna?
Yes. And
right.
And you can kind of do this with your strings a little bit, and that'll pull them a little bit out of tune, and then tune again. And every time you tune, you're just breaking them in more. But you always have to break your strings in a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so play that third string for me again. I think I might have taken myself out of tune. Good. And then the last one. Okay, so tighten that one up a little bit. It's this one. There you go. Okay, play all your strings.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, much better. Okay, now, one thing you do not want to do when you're playing, and everybody look at this, okay? When you play ukulele, you do not want to move your whole arm, okay? And the reason for that is because you're going to get really tired as you start playing the harder music. So you want to just move your wrist, okay? It should be where you're just moving your wrist, okay? All right, so Heather, let's hear you do this again. Good, can you move your hand up just a little bit more this way? There you go.
This way?
Yeah, now do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, good job. Mel, let's have you go. Good, very good. And Mel, I want you to try to put your uke up just a little bit higher, okay? There you go. You know, when we hold the uke, I don't know if you can see the lines on my arm. I have too many wrinkles. You probably can't tell which is the lines, but you kind of want to hold it in your arm like that, okay? It'll hurt a little bit if you play a lot, practice for a long time, but it gets to where it doesn't. It's just that's that's where the strength of your hold is right there in your arm. Okay, so yeah, there you go.
Doing it by holding the neck. Is that where you're holding on top?
Yes, but you should be able to pretty much hold it like this without needing your other hand. And then we'll talk as we go about what we do with our other hand.
Okay.
But if you're only holding it with this, then it's going to slip. And you don't want to have to be moving your ukulele while you're playing. So that's why you want to really keep that going there. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Jen, let's have you go. Very good. Very good. In the meantime, Carolyn, I notice you look remarkably like your wife, Janelle. Would you like to play for us as well?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, Janelle, I want you to move your hand up a little bit more this way. When we play guitar, we want it to be over the hole, but uke, we want it to be up here.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. Okay, so everyone, we're just going to do this. We're going to go down, 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 hit, down. Just join with me on this now. Here we go. Down, 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 hit, down, 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 hit, down, 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 hit. Okay, good. Now let's talk about our first chord. So with the ukulele, we don't use the thumb of the left hand. So we number our fingers this way. 1 is your index finger, 2, 3 is your ring finger, and your pinky is 4. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So everybody hold up finger number 3 in your left hand for me. Finger number 3, or just wiggle finger number 3 in your left hand. Finger number 3. Okay, so now we're going to go in. This is our first fret, second fret, third fret. We're going to go into our third fret. 1, 2, 3. Third fret, third finger, and right there. 1, 2, 3 on that bottom string. Everybody see where I am? The bottom string right there. Everybody got that? Okay, now let's play this. That's the C chord. Okay, try that for a minute while I write it on the board. Okay, everybody write this down. This is the C chord. So make sure you write this in your notebook. Now, you might have a book that has the chords listed or a paper that has the chords listed. Even if you have that, I still want you to write this down in your notebook because this is a different way of putting this in your brain. So I want everybody to write this down. I want you to copy this chart and I want you to write this down. Now notice, yes, Allison.
This just kind of goes back to my piano playing. So when you're playing a C chord, will you always use your third finger to make that happen, or is it going to depend on what your transition to another chord might be?
That's a really good question. Usually it is going to be that finger. And if you want, it can always be that finger. There's no like rule like there is with piano where this is, but as far as what's normal, this is how you're going to play your C chord. But when you get really good, you might want to every once in a while when you're doing a transition, use a different finger. But you want to get in the habit of using the third finger for this. And part of that is because of how you're going to play other chords at the beginning. So
Okay.
Third finger for that. Okay?
Okay.
So thank you for the question. Third fret, bottom string, third finger. Okay? So let's do that now. Here we go. Ready? Let's do it with our, yes, Terry.
Does it matter what part of our finger pad we use within that
Oh,
space?
For asking that. Okay. So That's a really good question. When we play the ukulele, no matter what chord you're playing, you must use the very tip of your finger, this part of your finger. You can't use this part down here because if you do, you're going to touch other strings by mistake. Now, when you're playing a C, obviously you're not going to touch other chords. But say if you're playing this string, and instead of playing like this, go ahead and mute, Terry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so if you're playing this top string and you didn't have your finger curved, then you'd be touching this string by mistake. Do you hear how that does that when I do my finger? So when you play ukulele, you want to play like this, okay? Like this. It's called, when you play with your fingers kind of like that, it's called lazy fingers on ukulele. You want them to be like this, okay? So always the pad, and you're going to get calluses on the pads of your fingers. And once you get those calluses, it makes playing so much more fun. But it takes about 2 weeks of practicing every day to get those calluses. All right, so third finger, third fret. Now, the way that we test ourselves on our chords to see how they sound is you play one string at a time. So you're going to play it like this. Okay, do that and make sure that all of your notes sound really good, and do it slowly, just like that. You don't do it any faster, one string at a time. I want you to listen to each string, make sure that they ring out. If it doesn't sound like that, say if it sounds like this, then that means that I'm not doing something right. So now I look at my finger and I say, oh, I'm actually touching a fret bar, and that's what's doing that, okay? Or it might be that I'm not pushing down hard enough, okay? Okay, so let's go one at a time and listen to everybody do this. Now I want you to go this speed. Everybody listen, this speed, no faster, this speed. Okay, and we're gonna do this with all of our chords. So get in the habit of this speed. Okay, Bonnie. I think, oh, sorry.
I'll start over.
Sorry. Great. Now, the other thing I want everybody to look at is how I have this finger doing this. Now, if you play a string instrument like violin, you've got a thing called pizzicato where you're plucking strings. We're not plucking, we're just doing a super slow strum. So do you see how my finger's just like a little curved moon there? I want you to do it like that, like you're just laying against the string. So Bonnie, do that again for me. Great, great, good job. Okay, Emmeline? Fantastic. You hear how nicely that rang out? That's great. Okay, Terry? Okay, now Terry, when you're playing, do you notice that your finger looks like this? I want it to look like this, so that you're just lightly touching the strings when you do this. Okay, can you make your finger like a moon? There you go.
Is that like a moon?
Yep, now do it. Don't pluck. You're not plucking. You're just running your
Just
finger against the strings. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Great. Very good. Okay, Allison? Great. And again, remember, you want your thumb to look like this, okay? Like a moon. Okay, Carolyn. Great. Great. And make sure that that last one really rings, okay? Great. Okay, Karen? Very nice. I want you to do the same thing though. Make sure your finger's like this. There you go. Do it again now. Okay, this is what everyone's doing. Everyone pay attention. Terry, everybody pay attention. Everyone is doing it like this. Do you see the difference? Like my finger like that? And part of your brain is telling you you have to because you're plucking the strings. But you're not, you shouldn't be plucking the strings here. You should be running your finger against it like caressing. Okay, I hate that word, but that's what you're doing is you're caressing your strings. So you're just doing your finger against it very gently like that. Don't move your finger. Move your, what I mean is don't move this part of your finger, only move the whole finger across like that. There you go. There you go. Good, good, good. Okay, Shauna.
Sorry.
Get that sound really good. Now, that's why this is so important because it's really easy for us to learn a chord and just play, right? Even if we're not doing all the notes right. So this method, I'm big, it takes a while to get there because I'm really big on fundamentals, okay? Because I want, at the end of this class, I want you guys to know how to really do this stuff, okay? So I'm gonna make you do it this way, all right? So you gotta really get that finger on there. It's gotta be that part of your finger, okay? It's gotta be that kind of angle, not like this. It's gotta be like that. Okay, now try it again. There you go. See how nice that is, that ring? It was beautiful. Okay, Leanne. Press down a little harder. Press down a little harder with your finger up here.
That's not right. Oh, Maria, I have it.
Okay, now what you do with the other side of your hand is your thumb is on this side of the ukulele. Now, Now, you don't want your thumb way down here. You want your thumb about here. It can be up above if you want, but not too far up above. And that's going to give you strength because sometimes when you have to press harder, you're actually going to be pressing harder with your thumb than with the finger on the fret. So just play that one string for me, Leanne, and I want you to press down really hard with your thumb. Just that one string. There you go. Now do the whole thing. Beautiful. Did you hear how beautiful that is? Now do the whole thing. Perfect. That's great. And whenever you get that buzz and it's not quite sounding, then first thing you do is look to see if you're touching a fret bar. And if you're not, then press harder. All right. And you want to have your thumb against the wood so that it can press harder. If your thumb's up here, can't really press harder.
Okay.
Right? Thumb down here. Okay, very good. Sandra. Press down a little harder. There you go. Very nice. Yes, you got it. Good. Heather. Heather, your hair is really cool. Is it Corona hair or is it like how you always have it? Because I really like it.
So that is a complimentary brain surgery haircut. So
Oh,
so wicked awesome scar, and it's growing out finally.
oh. But it looks really good.
Yeah, you know, the perks you get for free: ginger ale, all you want, and a wicked awesome haircut.
Awesome.
So,
Great, great. Mel? Yes, beautiful. Jen?
My nails are a little long. I'll
Okay.
fix that. I
Yeah,
think it's my.
it's okay, Jen. I'm glad that you brought up the nails. If your nails are long, you're not going to ever get a good sound because you can't get your finger right up against the fretboard. And that's the trick, is you've got to be able to get your finger right up there on the fretboard. Okay?
Yeah, I'll fix it before class.
Great. And now that I'm teaching so many uke classes, I'm finding I'm having to cut my nails so much more often, and it's great. Okay, so now everyone, we're going to do the C chord with this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. Okay, except we're going to say C instead of 1, 2, 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to give you another chord. So go ahead and draw your diagram. This is the F chord. Okay, now, so this is going to be your first and second fingers. First finger down here on this string, okay? Second from the bottom in the first fret. And the second finger is going to be on the top string in the second fret. So first finger is on the second string in the first fret. Second finger is on the top string in the second fret. Okay, and it sounds like this. Now, the hard one to get is going to be this one right here. This is a really hard one to play because if you notice on your ukulele, if you notice how the distance is from my string to the ukulele everywhere, but you notice how it gets closer to the bridge, the distance gets bigger. You see that? And so you're right next to the bridge. And so that makes this string a little bit harder to play. But that's really good because you're going to use this finger a lot in ukulele. So it's a great way to build up that callus right there. It's going to hurt at first. Yeah, that's normal, Heather. So it's going to hurt at first, and then you will get that callus and it won't hurt anymore. So everybody, we're playing this one right here. Okay, right there. All right. So everybody play that. So let's go one at a time, just like we did with the C chord. And now you're going to really be able to tell if you're using your fingers like this or if you're doing lazy fingers. Because if you're doing lazy fingers, if my finger, instead of, everyone look at this, if my finger, instead of being like this, is like that, look at what I'm touching. I'm touching this string with my finger. And that's going to deaden this string. It's going to make it so that it doesn't sound good. So you have to have your fingers like this. I think last week we talked about Friends, right? The Friends episode with the cat and the dog. You've got to think of your fingers like this, okay? So here we go, F chord. So I want to hear you play it like this. One string at a time. Remember, this hand is like a moon. Okay, so we're going to start with Bonnie. Mel, I think you're not muted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so Bonnie, let's do that again. Do that again. Okay, and you hear that? You hear that little buzz down there?
Yeah, I have fat fingers. It's really hard.
You know what? So many people talk about fat fingers. It makes me crack up.
They're big.
Yeah, but think about those Hawaiian guys like Oz.
I know. All the Hawaiians.
So like that, each finger like that. So if a Hawaiian guy can play a little teeny ukulele, anybody can play a little teeny ukulele.
I'll keep practicing.
The trick is in the curve. That's the trick. If you're curved, then only this part of your finger's touching, and that part of your finger's not fat on anybody. All right. If you're not curved all the way, then you're going to touch it down here, and that's where our finger starts to spread out. So you just have to get that. And remember last week we talked about just practicing, just getting that note by itself. So let's just, the people that were here last week, let's have you just do this note for me first. Bonnie, just do that for me.
With the index finger, you mean?
Uh-huh. Let it ring. Make sure it sounds good before you do it again. Okay,
That's
now
all I got.
you want to really work on that. Really practice that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, really practice it. Emmeline, did you do that? Well, actually, let's have you go ahead and play the F chord now too, to save time. So let's do the whole F chord. Bonnie?
Okay.
Now, I'm looking at you and I can see exactly what's going on. Instead of playing like this, you're playing like that. It's got to be this way where all of your knuckles are bent, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're saying. I just feel like maybe my hands, it just feels weird, but.
Well, you know what else, Bonnie? You've got a soprano ukulele, and I use soprano ukulele in my program with my kids, but since I've been home, I've started playing my mom's concert ukulele, and I like it so much better. Look at the difference in the size.
Bigger.
Soprano, and this is a concert.
Oh, yeah.
I find it so much easier to play this concert than the soprano. So you might want to think about if you really want to play.
Yeah.
But if you don't worry about it. You can totally learn with that uke. There's no reason that you can't.
Okay.
But if you want to consider getting a concert, I can give you some ideas about what, different ones to play and stuff.
All right.
But no matter what, even when you're playing a concert, it's still hard to get that string right there, and you still have to have your finger. The only thing that the concert's going to do is give you a little bit more room between frets there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when you get that sound and this one's dead, it means that this finger is touching that string, which means you have to bring it up higher. Now, another way to do that, Bonnie, move your arm a little bit this way. So do you see how my hand is actually touching my tuner? Everybody see that? When you're playing ukulele, you do not want to have your hand like this, okay? Our next chord that we learn, you can't even play if you keep your hand like this. You want your hand to be like this. So what you do is you put out your elbow a little bit, not in an uncomfortable way. Put your hand out so that it actually touches your tuner, your tuning peg. Oh, your tuning pegs are kind of high up, so maybe you don't want to, Bonnie, but have it out there, okay?
Okay.
So Bonnie, look at me. You're playing like this. I want you to move your whole hand like this.
Up that way?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, now try it again.
It's so awkward. Yeah. I'll keep working on it. I don't want to take up everybody's time.
You're doing good though, but let's talk about that afterwards, okay?
Okay.
All right, Emmeline. So I want you first to just do this one for me for a few times. Okay, now play the F chord. Again. Very nice, very nice. All right, Terry, I keep wanting to call you Penny because you're using pennies.
It's all right. We get confused all the time.
Okay.
All right. Just the first?
Yeah. Okay, let me see this part of your uke. Something's going on. Okay, so it's the second.
Oh, wait, it's the second one, and then the third one's up here, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Like that.
Exactly. Good. Great. Very nice. Okay, Allison. Allison, first I want to hear you play just this one by itself. Great. Now play the F chord.
I had it a second ago. Okay.
Great. Very good. And remember, if when you're playing you get that dead sound, it means that your fingers are not up enough. They've got to be up. And that's part of why you want to do this. You want to have your fingers up, never down, always up. Okay. So that means there should be distance between your hand and the ukulele. Okay. Carolyn, F chord.
There's that one.
See if you can make them all ring. So almost like a harp. Again. Great. Very good. Karen? Go a little slower. Wait, is that Carolyn? I mean, is that Karen?
Oh, yeah.
That was you? Or was that-
Oh,
I think it was both of us. I think I accidentally heard your name as my name. I heard
oh, sorry.
Because I was looking at Karen and I didn't see her fingers moving and I was hearing this playing. Okay, so now Karen, play for me.
Okay, wait, I got mixed up after. Okay, so one. I don't know what's going on with that one.
Okay, I can tell you exactly what's going on with that one. Is that instead of having your finger like this, you've got your finger like that, and that part of your finger's touching it by mistake. Let's see. Make sure that you're playing this string, the second string, not the bottom string, but the second one from the bottom.
Oh, that's why. Okay, got it.
Okay, now Karen, you're playing with this finger flat. You got to have it up. It's got to be up so that it's not touching any other string. Yep.
Like that?
Yep, and I want you to move. I want you to put your hand out so that it actually touches your tuners, touches the tuning pegs.
Like that way?
There you go. That's exactly how I want you to hold it. Yeah.
I feel like my hand's not big enough. Okay.
Bring your thumb down a little bit. Your thumb's up real high. Bring your thumb down onto the back of the ukulele. Instead of having your thumb way up, your thumb's way up here above it, I want you to bring it down so it's actually against the wood. Okay, so the reason you're getting that sound is because this finger is touching the other string. When you're playing, instead of like this, you're playing like that. Do you see what I'm talking about? So you've got to make sure you get that up there, okay? Better, you've still got your thumb way up here. So let's do this. Just put your thumb on the back of the uke. Let me see the back of your uke. There you go. Okay, now put this finger down here. This finger here. Now stick, there you go. Now bend this knuckle. Bend this knuckle right here.
I think my nails are in the way too, but I'll keep practicing that.
Okay, but the biggest thing, Karen, is you've got to bend that knuckle, okay? You can't
This one? Like
This-
that?
Always, all of your knuckles need to be bent, even here. Look at me. Look at me. See, you can't ever play with your finger like this or like that. It's got to
Okay.
be bent here and bent there. Okay? There's no other way to do it. You have to have those bent.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, great. And that's what keeps it from touching the other string.
Got it.
Okay, great. Shauna?
Sorry.
Good, good. And again, you want to just make sure you've got that bent so it's not touching the other string. Leanne? Press down a little harder. Okay, now don't, part of what you're doing is you're plucking really hard here, and that's going to always give you a buzz. Remember, just gently take your finger across the strings. See how much better that sounds? Gently this way, okay? Just do this one finger for me. That's, yeah, good. So I want you to keep practicing that, okay? Keep working on it. Okay, Sandra, let's hear just the one finger first. Great. Now the F chord. Okay, good. Heather? Yeah, just be careful that you don't let this finger go down and touch the one next, the next string. Heather?
All right. The mute button wants to move on me like an animated short.
Great. Excellent. That's great. That was really good. Okay, Mel. Okay, now do the whole thing. Very nice. Jen? Great. Do that again. Great. Okay, now, what is going to cause this sound when you hear this? What causes that sound? Or that not sound?
On the fret. Yeah?
On the fret?
Yeah.
And what else? Good. It's on the fret or something else. What else? Allison?
A different finger is touching the string.
Exactly. So does everyone understand what I'm talking about with this? Because once you get it, it's kind of easy to understand, but it's kind of hard at first. So that's the big thing. And that's why I want you to practice your chords this way. I want you to really listen to each string and don't do it fast because it should ring like a harp. All right. If your string sound doesn't ring, then something's wrong. Do you hear how long those notes ring with just that gentle little strum? So I want you to practice both chords this way, the C chord this way, and the F chord this way. Now with the F chord, the hardest one, like I said, is going to be this string right here. So I also, if you're having trouble with the F chord, I want you to practice just that one by itself. Just that one by itself until you get that really good. If you're having trouble with this, where you're getting this sound, then practice just this one by itself until you get that really good. Okay? Then I want you to play all of them. Does everyone understand? Okay, so now we're going to play the F chord and we're going to do it with our strum pattern. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, hit. Okay, here we go. We're going to say F this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. Okay, very good. Oh, we're already over time. Can you want to spend another couple minutes doing one more thing, or do you want to quit right now? Can we do one more thing? Okay, what is great about the F and the C chord is that they use different fingers. So the C chord only uses this finger and the F chord only uses these two fingers. So that makes them not too hard to go between. So play your C chord. Everyone play the C chord. Remember the C chord's only one finger, C chord. And then I want you to play the F chord, which is these fingers. Okay, go back to C, and then back to F. Back to C, back to F. Okay, now everybody look at me. This is really important. Everybody look at me. If when you play the C chord, if you put all of your fingers down like this, then when you go to the F chord, look at me, don't look anywhere else. Karen, everybody up here. If you play the C chord like this with your fingers down, then when you go to any other chord, you have to completely move your hand. So what you want to do when you play the C chord is you're going to have your finger there, but I want the rest of your hand up here. So it should look like this. It should not look like this. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So play your C chord, but make sure that your fingers are up when you're playing your C chord, all right? It's a really hard habit to break if you get in the habit. So Karen, you've got your fingers down a little bit. I want your hand up here with just that finger playing the C chord. Okay, good. Now we're gonna go to the F chord, and you shouldn't have to move your hand. You should be able to just put your fingers on those strings without moving the rest of your hand. Now we're gonna go back to C, and again, you don't move the rest of your hand. All you're doing is moving your fingers. So now the C chord, and then without moving the rest of your hand, the F chord. C chord, F chord, C chord, F chord. Now Karen, you're putting your hand down like this when you play the C chord. So try to get in the habit. And part of that is your thumb. Try to keep your thumb on the wood, okay? Now, the other thing I want you guys to do is when you're playing the F chord, you could do it in two different ways. You could do it where you go 1, 2, but that takes twice as long. What I want you to do is I want you to be in the habit of putting both these fingers down at the same time. All right, so I want you to think of F chord as being this. Both fingers going down at the same time, okay? Just like Phoebe. All right, so F chord, okay? So you can practice this without even playing, where you just put your fingers down at the same time into that F chord, F chord, F chord, F chord. Okay, and go ahead and look at your ukulele while you're doing that. And you should actually, can you hear my ukulele? Can you hear it as I do this? You should hear something as you do this, okay? This is actually called hammering, but I want you to do this to practice playing that F chord with just one motion, all right? So now we're gonna go C chord, and then F chord, C chord, F chord, C chord, F chord, C chord, F chord, C chord, F chord. All right, and that's, I want you to practice doing that. If you only practice like this, then you're not going to get it. So I want you to, you're only doing one strum on each. One strum C, then one strum F, one strum C, one strum F, and do it as slowly as you need to. And when you're first learning, it should be about like this. C, F, C, F. Okay, and just get it smooth so there's no pauses. All right? Everybody got that? Okay, so that's the second homework. The first homework is to play each of your notes like this, each of your chords. Your second homework is to go back and forth between the chords. C, F, only one strum, only one strum. C, F, C, F, and you can look at your fingers right now while you're doing it, okay? We're gonna get to where you don't look at your fingers, but it's okay if you need to right now, but the goal is to get where you don't need to. Okay, last bit of homework is this. You're gonna do C, 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 stop, F, 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 stop, C, 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 stop, F, 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 stop, C, 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 stop, F, 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 stop, okay? Everybody got that? Now, if this is really hard for you, don't be frustrated. It's totally okay if it's hard right now, all right? It's gonna get better, I totally promise. The key to being able to play ukulele is your hand position, this hand position. That's the key to everything. That's the key to it sounding good. That's the key to everything, all right? So that's how you wanna practice. And Karen, you know what? You might actually need a soprano because you're pretty little. If this one feels too big to you, then we could trade it, I'm sure, for a soprano on Amazon. So I want you to think about that for a couple of days. Be playing this, and if it feels like it's just too big for you, then let's mail it in and switch it for the exact same model, but in a soprano, okay? All right, so you want your uke to be comfortable to you, and everybody's different. You know, the tenor's even bigger than this, and then there's a baritone, there's a bass. For me, I really like this concert size, but I've been playing the soprano size for 15 years, and I really like that size too, all right? So I prefer the concert. It gives a little bit bigger tone, but it just depends. Everybody's a little bit different. Don't be frustrated. When you're learning something new, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, right? That's what SMF is all about. That's the biggest thing we teach the kids, is that mistakes are not only necessary, but they're good, because if you don't make mistakes, you won't get better. You have to make mistakes, all right? And it's gonna be really hard at first. And then you're gonna cross this threshold in a couple of weeks where all of a sudden, okay, whew, it's not so hard. And a lot of that is your calluses. So you need to practice at least 20 minutes a day. If you don't have 20 minutes in a chunk, do it 10 minutes twice a day or 5 minutes 4 times a day, all right? But 20 minutes a day. And the reason to do it every day, oh, hello, beautiful. The reason to do it every day is to get your calluses, all right? You wanna get those calluses, because it's so frustrating to try to play and not have the calluses, all right? And as everybody increases, we're gonna do more complex stuff, and you'll really be glad that you have those. All right, does anybody have any questions? So I'm gonna post the recording of this class on the Facebook group. Make sure that today, if you're not already a member of the group on Facebook, let me pull it up and make sure I'm telling you the exact right name. Then I want you to go to the SMF Facebook page, and on the SMF Facebook page, write me a comment. Let's see. Just write a comment that says, I'm in the ukulele class, or something like that. I'll delete them all later, so don't worry about what it says. Let's see. Or if you can join the group, try to join the group. It's called SMF Beginning Ukulele Class. You might be able to just send the request to join the group, and it'll let you join it. I've tried to add everybody into the group, and it won't let me add some people, and I don't know why. So I need you to try to join the group. And if you can't join the group, then just send me a comment on the SMF Facebook page, and then I'll fix it. Okay, everybody clear on that? If anyone needs help during the week, reach out to me. I can help you by video or, you know, by text or whatever you need. We're going to go really slow at first. And then as we get better, we're going to start going faster. But we're not going to go fast for a little while because I want you to really be strong on basics. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. This was really, really fun for me. You take care, and I will see you all next week. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.